We're late, sorry, I think. Maybe.
Hello!
Welcome back. Roll some D6 stream.
Curse of Strahd.
Curse of Strahd.
Episode 3. Episode 3.
I'm so afraid.
We're different seating arrangement again.
Because we like to keep it fresh.
Super fresh. The DM is still where the DM should be, so that's okay.
Yeah.
The throne.
Yep. So, DM, do you want to kind of start us off on where we were last week?
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Cross, what were you guys up to last week?
Oh, delegating.
Well,
deflection.
Dr. Xavier Cross was hanging out at his encampment, kind of angry at his idiot companions as they went and scouted. But we made a beautiful trap for a werewolf, and it failed.
Well,
Watch episode 2, it failed.
It would have worked. Actually, it would have worked.
It would have worked,
Yes.
actually.
If he had
but-
gone inside,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
just-
if you shoot...
my plan was nearly flawless.
So, Miss Surefire, what exactly was your plan? Or Surefrost, what exactly was your?
Well, you see, that the plan we had was adapted to suit the local natural advantages that we had near that church. So we thought, with a dilapidated building, it would serve one well to find some way to collapse the roof on said werewolf if it really happened to have gone into the area where we had laid the bait. But it turns out that there was a new source of bait that just would have required far too little time for us to prepare.
well,
So,
it was a
Dermot,
child.
yeah.
It was a child. He was a young boy, and we picked him up from a weird priest man, also known as Gaiden. And we kind of fucked the pooch on that one, I think.
You fucked the pooch. You fucked the pooch.
No, it was a team thing. It was a team thing.
Ron wanted to drink beer. Came out at camp.
We still would have been attacked by whatever. Maybe not, because the child was... Anyways, we all covered in blood, and it was a bad time. And now there's this weird lady with a bunch of fucking dudes in scarves that I have no idea about.
Oh, do I totally recognize
But they seem
them
to
from
know
the one
Dr.
man I saw earlier?
Quite well, don't
Ah.
they?
Which is what I'm afraid
I'll
of.
do that.
That's always a cause for fear when it
Illyria.
your preceding reputation.
Illyria, where did you find the boy?
We
Oh, I found the boy.
found him
underneath.
under a house.
In the crawl space.
It's
Naked.
the proverbial you. I'm
Covered in
just
blood.
getting everybody involved.
Somebody decided to grab him. And then you let him go.
That would be Dermot.
That's pointing
No,
at me.
right, I had a hand on him. I handed him
I
up.
don't know how.
Braun grabbed him. He slipped out of his hands like butter. And then you tripped him because you're a savage old angry man.
Ron?
I'm not that old.
Kid got away from Bron. Lyria tripped him, yes. Good thing, too, because I was about to bottle him in the back of head.
He was a bad guy. He was with the bad guy.
Well,
Kid was screaming, attacked beast or other, maybe citizens from town. Looks like we raid. Bad time.
So, Dr. Cross,
Yes.
you and Mrs. Surefrost here made a trap. Do you want to explain exactly how that ended up going down when they returned with this bloody boy they found under the farmhouse?
Well, they returned to the camp, and there was a beast, a creature that bolted into the encampment that looked quite an awful lot like a werewolf, one would say, and came straight for us. Certain people in the party panicked, tried to run away, tried to go into the carriage and drive away. That was me. And then the horse... Well, actually, player to viewer, we rolled like
Awful.
2 crit fails.
Consecutive.
Like
Oh,
2
the
consecutive crit fails. So
Super dank.
our horse somehow escaped. The werewolf came at me, and then it just kind of went away.
It chased after the horse.
Chase the
It
horse.
was like,
Chase
oh,
the
just kill the
horse.
horse.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, I was cowering in fear. With the boy, and the rest were doing something.
So, Dermot, when the wolf came and you ran to make sure the trap was ready and left the boy on the ground undefended before realizing you did that,
The heroic
what happened after that?
Dr. Cross saved
Well,
him.
Euphigenia kind of shittily hit him in a wagon and didn't really work out, but he still... Anyways, the wolf chased down, and then I ran, shot flaming fireballs, and I didn't really hit anything because I was just trying to scare it off. And then it ran away, and then I ran into a weird lady, like I said, and then we want to start this week, I guess. I don't know.
All
I
right.
want to find out what happens with this lady, is what I'm insinuating.
Episode 3.
All right, so episode 3. A collection of extremely vibrantly beautiful carriages, all in immaculate condition, all of which have small kind of half walls along the top. And you see they've hired some kind of group of mercenaries. There's 1 or 2 on each carriage. They have spears, bows, that kind of thing. It's not particularly uncommon to see a caravan guarded this heavily, but you don't see Vistani, the local gypsies, with these kind of reinforcements too often. Usually they try to protect themselves. They're known to be incredibly guileful, and they're extremely dangerous. So, although there's a lot of mistrust, they can usually defend themselves no matter what ignorance they come across, as they're used to it. As the carriages pull through the shoddy road that's been overgrown by thistles and brambles that you had found earlier, they break through, and the woman addressed Dr. Cross.
As such.
You don't know how this woman knows you. You're almost certain you've never seen her before. You don't really deal with the Vistani too often. So, as she says, "Hello, Dr. Cross," and you look back at the sign, Dr. Cross, on the side of your wagon and lied to her.
Yeah.
You look back to her and she smiles coyly and calmly at you.
I look at my wagon that clearly says my name, and back at her. Yes, what is it?
Is that any way to receive a guest? Put on your happy face, Dr. Cross.
This is
We have guests.
I see someone with a little better manners than the good Dr. Cross.
You'll have to forgive him, my dear. He's been in the wilderness now for some time. It's kind of coarsened up his refinements, shall we say.
Well,
Shut up.
if you would invite us to your fire, we will build a perimeter for you. I'm sure a beast will not come and attack again with this many people and horses and a large fire in our midst, and no one can sing and dance and drink like the Vistani.
What a lovely offer you propose, and we couldn't be in a more needful position. That would just align with our night so seamlessly. I'd have to get started on something to feed you all right away. Please, bed with us and camp with us this eve.
You hear a voice echo from the small little man door that's kind of behind her seat that leads into the carriage.
Can I roll insight check on what she said?
What?
Can I see in the sense if, like, what she was saying, nobody drinks and
She
set the
being
perimeter?
chill or she being very
Yeah.
unchill is the question.
Yeah. Is she, like, being forthright and being pretty honest with what she said, or is she hiding something? Is she
Yeah,
just
wisdom insight. Absolutely.
well, 14?
And the good roll.
14? You think she seems genuine.
Oh, 15, sorry.
Oh, 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, still, you think she seems genuine. The Vistani often will make circles of caravans and things like that outside of towns to defend themselves, but you know they do like to stay outside of towns because it is safer than doing it in the woods. So, yeah, there's a chance that this would be a great spot because they're semi-close to civilization, but you did get the air of seclusionary mentality from these people. So the Vistani may have already deduced from previous visits that this town is not very receptive to strangers. In fact, they wouldn't even tell you the name of their god.
Dermot, they would.
Didn't really ask. I didn't really mention.
No.
Okay, I was there for the money.
But they kept referring to him as the sun god. But in a world with, Umberlee and Helm, I mean, these gods have personalities. They have connections. They have, they're pretty well established. So for just some strange sun god to have popped up in some small town, and this church, it all seems very strange to you, but this woman doesn't really. Her intentions seem to be valid. She definitely does not believe that you guys are in any danger now, although she was quite surprised and startled when Dermed saw her. By the time that you've seen her, she's incredibly calm.
Fair enough.
And she does seem very happy about being invited for a meal. So you hear a voice echo from inside the carriage. Ah, food! Food! Let me out, woman! Bum, 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 bum. And she says, quiet you! And hits back. The door opens and a man starts crawling out. He's completely cul-de-saced on top. He's got this long, poofy, frizzy hair and this giant, poofy, frizzy beard. He's wearing extremely exuberant clothing of scarves and silks, beautiful leather boots and belt. He has an intricate dagger at his side, and as he climbs out, you realize all of his clothes are incredibly baggy, as if he's far too skinny to be wearing the average size clothing, but he seems to move comfortably enough. He comes out and says, Food? Food? Where's the food? Oh.
The food will be along shortly. One more for dinner. Won't break the pot of stew, I'm sure.
Ah, yes. Food. Yes, go.
Go.
He looks over at Dr. Cross, and he says,
How rude,
Hello, Mr. Cross. And climbs down
Well, I
off
know
of his
who
carriage
will be getting
and starts
extras.
moving up to you. He's quite hunched and rickety. You see that his collarbone is very well exposed, super scrawny, birdy neck, but it's all kind of hidden underneath the beard. But as he moves around, you see he's actually extremely gaunt, almost as if he couldn't carry himself. But he moves with an amount of enthusiasm that's almost inspiring for someone of his age.
And to whom do I owe the pleasure of speaking to today?
He says, I am the great Rimbo. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, sir.
Great Rimbo.
He reaches his hand out. He says, yes, I am the great. I am the matriarch of this family.
Matriarch?
Or patriarch, sorry.
That was
Freudian slip. Yeah.
No.
Or I guess not, because he's not mine. I don't know.
So,
Alright, he says, I hear you southerners from around Daggerford enjoy the shaking of hands. Shall we have one then? And he puts his hand out limply in front of himself, as if he has never shaken a hand.
I uppercut that handshake and...
Grab onto it and give him a good shake.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, strength check.
Strength check.
Oh, wow.
Oh, break his hand.
Nat 20.
Do it up.
Oh, Jesus. What's a comfortable handshake? Like a 14? 7.
Cool. So, you grip down tightly on his hand, and he kind of squeezes back, and you kind of squeeze back harder.
Mm-hmm.
He squeezes back, and then you start getting a little more uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And he just squeezes really hard, and you're like, ow. It kind of hurts. Well, actually, you can roll a wisdom save if you want to not react to it. It is quite painful. I mean,
I don't want to break my hand. Jesus. So I rolled a 6 on wisdom, so maybe I...
Wins.
it hurts, and you have to recoil.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What was that all about?
You tell me.
Alright, that's not how you shake hands, silly man. It's
Ah.
also you're firm but loose, tight and loose at the same time. It's very complicated. Dr. Cross, he's an expert at it, and if you hurt him, you're obviously not doing it right. So you need to watch him on it. Sorry.
Your flaming friend is quite strange. He speaks in oxymorons that I cannot place together. Tight and loose at the same time? It's like saying the sky is blue and red.
That's the same.
When it's
Sometimes
not.
it does happen. When there's a thing that happens with my eyes if I'm looking out, it's very strange. I think it's something to do with the hair.
Yes, the hair. Why the hair? But, Dr. Cross, we are here for the same purpose as you, but
And what
only
purpose?
slightly different.
And what purpose might that be, friend?
A werewolf hunts these grounds, we were told.
Ha 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 ha. What?
Ah, we have heard many rumors from afar of this werewolf as we travel the area. But the werewolf is something we could easily normally deal with. But when we came here, we realized it's not necessarily a werewolf. Although we have had people scream and die and be dragged away by creatures of similar description, there are wolves that run with it. Large wolves. Well, larger than your southern ones. North, you'll get bigger, but not here. These wolves are too big. This is not a typical werewolf, my friend.
Could I roll like an arcana or something to maybe know what that might be?
You can try.
Me too.
Forget
I'm
about
an
it.
observant.
13?
Roleplay from far
13?
away.
Well, yeah, you can always whisper information to him, right? You're the mastermind whispering into the ear.
No, I can't. Not this time.
Too into the soup.
No.
Gonna do it.
Looks like I'm
great rolls already.
still cooking the soup. I
You
didn't
know
quite
any
get
stories of stuff like this?
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's my job. Oh. 14. It's better than anyone else.
What you do know is that, as Illyria has said, there is one larger wolf, most definitely. And you've heard and dealt with wolf attacks enough yourself to know that there's always an alpha. But in history, it's sometimes said that when a werewolf howls, other wolves will answer the call of the howl. Although you've never heard them running in packs together, this could explain the other wolves being nearby.
What do we know that looks like a werewolf who travels with other wolves and such? What could it be there, Dr. Cross? Last time I checked, it may be of something that the few organizations would be most keen to find out about.
Ah, yes, they would be, my dear. What about that dinner you had promised us? I
What
go
about-
hungry.
What about a few other of the things you're looking to improve, wee man? Much like your manners, my name is Mrs. Surefrost, and I am most pleased to make your acquaintance. I heard you say your name over there, but I'd just as much rather get it from your sweet face.
He says,
Worry not.
and stares back at Dr. Cross.
Fine. If that's it, I know someone who's not getting food.
Food?
That's a rude young thing.
No.
Indeed you are. What lands raised you? What kind of mother would let you out of her kitchen? An attitude like that.
I addressed the good cross when I came out. And you've done nothing but speak. Now, will you let me speak to your leader or not?
This is most disconcerting. Your head is all over the place. We're having a pleasant evening by the fire.
All right.
Was it really that pleasant?
It
an
was! It was!
We are at
Until the wolf came.
we are at its den. Of course it came. When we were here before, we found it. Found it, we did. And stole a few of my children, it did. So of course I'm angry that you're here. You've attracted it back and now scared it away. You crushed its den and now we can't trap it. It'll be looking for a new one now. But worry not, for after we eat, I think we should hunt the wolf.
Right, I'm with him. I'm absolutely.
It's
This is a good
chasing
idea.
down the horse now, is it not? What does it need to do when it catches it?
I'll probably eat it.
It needs to eat. And us Vistani and these men are quite... Well, our mercenaries aren't very sneaky or surprising or very well educated. You hear a few of them on the carriages be like, hey, shut up!
That would be yours and mine.
Just says, you understand me! Pats you on the shoulder.
He just looks back at. Well, that's the thing. He keeps talking to Dr. Cross, but you notice his eyes keep flittering over, interested in
Dermot.
Surefrost.
Oh.
He's he seems suspicious of her for some reason.
Or maybe not.
Why are you sketchy?
You could do a
Isn't
wisdom
insight
insight check. Yeah.
As to why he's looking at me so sheepishly. So sheepishly. Oh, that's a big one. That's a giant 25, a
Nice.
whopper.
What do you get?
Gigantic.
I'll be able to split him open to
21.
the knife and
21. So you both realize the exact same thing with the same roll, and you denounce exactly what he's eyeing up. As soon as he saw you whispering in his ear and whispering in his ear when he was trying to speak, he started poking at you. And then once you got upset and Cross did not interject, he then proceeded back to Cross. But he continually eyes you, and you're certain he's looking for your opinion on everything he says, although he addresses it to Mr. Cross. Both of you suspect that he thinks that you could possibly be the real leader, and that Cross is just a front man. So he continues talking and says, well, what do you say? Who do you have that can sneak through the woods, sneak up on a wolf?
Actually, I would
Flaming
not
boy.
recommend
Let's
you,
set a fire
dear
on fire.
Dermot. If anything, I'd say our dear friend Illyria and all your skills would be
Yeah,
more suited for a task like this. not
do
too
you
far
actually
along,
raise your
my
hand to
dear.
that? A pebble hits you in the back of the head
We would watch.
from the cart.
We'll have a nice tether set up so that we won't be too far out of sight.
string. You're going to tie a string to me.
Well, a figurative string. Figuratively speaking, yes, dear. Just so you don't feel uneasy about this, but you are most suited, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yes.
Don't you think so as well, Dr. Cross?
I would say Illyria is our best bet.
Ah, Illyria. I've heard of you. You've got a reputation, you have. We hunt the same things as you. Why are you so hesitant to chase it now? Not the thing you're looking for,
It's
is
not
it?
what I want to hunt. It's not a werewolf. I don't want to hunt it.
Well, how do you know it's not a werewolf?
Because you said it wasn't.
It's not a typical werewolf. We don't know what it is.
Well, it's obvious he doesn't want to do it. I'll jump on. I'll just
No.
Another stone just like
Unsneaky.
into the back of your head.
He looks over and says,
Ah, yes, you're the quiet one. I never would have guessed that from your size.
Oh, I'm
You'll
like
do
in the
fine.
wagon. He's hidden.
oh, you're still hidden?
Yeah.
He still says that.
Oh, like he sees me.
Yeah.
Oh.
He rolled a nat 19. So
Oh.
Snipes him.
yeah. Sniper vision. As soon as like the sound of you releasing, he just looks over at you.
The quiet one in the carriage who hides. Yes, he's quite well hidden. He should work great.
Well, I don't think you want him because.
And then you just like,
Oh, bring him out! Bring him out! He just comes over and starts banging on the side of your carriage.
Right. First of all, listen up, friends. Once my brother comes out, he is my brother, and if you take him on the adventure, I'm part of the deal thing. You can't take one without the other. It's,
You're the least sneaky one here.
well, I'll put a toque on.
okay, I'm actually gonna try to do a stealth check to leave the other side of the wagon.
Okay. Where they say sorry a lot.
Well, you just have to
Fucking
beat his
cute.
passes.
Oh god, off the table.
Jason!
Off the table.
You giant oaf.
A 7.
So really, he should have been using his passive perception, not rolled a 19. So I'm just gonna let you roll again. Against my 19 is the stealth, so that's my active perception against your actively sneaking away from me.
Okay.
No more of this passive nonsense.
Nat 20. No,
Gee.
he
No.
totally sees me.
Well, he hears you, and yeah, he just continues banging, and then like goes around the edge of the carriage, and you're like trying to get out, but he gets around the carriage far too fast for you to sneak out, and you're just like, damn. You know? So he comes around and sees you. Whoa! You're a big fella, aren't you?
Bro, not sneaky, no. Illyria. Illyria is definitely man. Job.
I will do it.
Yes, yes.
Though.
The Illyria will help us. So much better chances do we have. These men.
He leans closely to your ear.
I do not know if they can be trusted.
These are men of coin. They value nothing but gold in their lives and their pleasures.
You and I, we hunt for pleasure.
Can I perception check to see him saying that?
To hear that? Yeah. Nobody has the
I'm gonna do that as well.
You get it.
11.
11.
Just to see, so I can make out the words.
He has observant.
Observe. I can lip read.
Oh, so you do have observant. Okay, so yeah, roll at advantage. Oh no, yeah, I'm
You
gonna
just
lower the
see-
DC
Well, you
to
can just see
nothing.
him.
Yeah,
If you can see it, then he can understand it.
that would be the perception check, is if he can actually see the voice, because he did lean into him specifically to try and prevent that from happening. But you kind of just like lean out and you can see
Just
the edge of
cooking.
his mouth from behind. Yeah, and you do keep an eye on it and see it, and you see him mouth the words, "Pleasure. You and I hunt for pleasure." Illyria has actually very rarely had a lot of pleasurable output of emotion that you've noticed about hunting creatures. Usually quite dour when it comes to the topic, although very adamant about hunting. But yeah,
I don't hunt for pleasure. The group that I've surrounded myself around, they may seem like cowards and greedy, but there is strength within them, and they can be heroes, but we don't derive pleasure from killing anything.
he just slowly smiles. I was talking about my mercenaries. Yeah, and he rolled a ridiculously high insight check, and he says, "Worry not. I know there's gold in it for most of them, but not for all. Gold's not the only thing that fuels your heart. Or you." Looks over at Braun, because you're like standing right next to him.
Yeah, I'm kind of like thinking of going back in the carriage or not, kind of like looking at the mercenaries, pretty like stiff-backed, like, oh no.
Roll an insight check.
14.
14?
Yeah.
When he locks eyes with you, there's something hauntingly familiar about this man. You have definitely seen him before, but it must have been years and years ago, or his brother, or a relative, or something. But it's too familiar for you not to recognize him. It's like running into an old friend after 20 years or something.
Okay. Can I also see how the mercenaries react when they see me?
They're not paying enough attention. Like, a couple of them are looking over at you spooked, but they have their eyes on the woods. Most of these things saw this werewolf in the last 10 minutes, so they're,
Okay.
what you're assuming is the werewolf.
So they're not overly aggressive to my presence?
They're definitely uneasy. You could roll an insight check to see what you think.
What's the woman who's doing the talking
3.
at the beginning?
So
3, they're completely comfortable with you being here.
Can I do an insight check too as well? Because I know, like, he's my brother, and like I'm like hand on sword. If anyone does anything, I'm gonna try and fucking kill that guy. So I'm looking at these dudes.
Well, and you were kind of...
16. That is a 15.
roll at advantage, because you were kind of looking around for that kind of trouble going into this.
Oh, 17.
17? Okay. So you realize the Vistani are completely calm. None of them seem troubled by you at all. A couple are like looking over at you, and you're kind of thinking like it's almost suspicious. Like they're not worried enough looking over, they're almost pretending to be worried, and then you notice the look gone from their face as they look away. But the men on top of the carriage are genuinely terrified. Their eyes are going from you and your brother back to the woods. All of them have knocked arrows or spears at the ready. These guys probably all feel in over their head. But the Vistani seem completely calm. But they are trying to disguise their calmness.
Well, with Braun's role, Braun does not care about mercenaries.
No.
So he will actually go and just follow the odd man that has piqued his interest, and kind of keep like looking at him and kind of like just staring at him, kind of trying to like pick up where I remember him from or remember what he reminds me of.
Yeah. So you like very interestedly and obviously are like kind of observing this guy up close. Obviously there's something that's changed to most of the people around. But he completely ignores the change in behavior from hiding to interest.
Okay.
And looks back to Illyria. Well, you're a skilled tracker, are you not?
I am, yes.
We lost ours when we were here last. Can you
lost
track
him.
him?
What happened to him?
He's in there. He points at the church.
He died, and you weren't able to help him.
No.
No, no.
Then what? Then why do you think you can help me? I guess.
No, you're supposed to help them because their track
Well,
is
yes,
dead.
but if
Braun protect you
they got his tracker dead, I'm not gonna.
Well, don't go into any collapsed churches and you'll be A-okay.
Well, the issue with our tracker was not his skill, or ours. It was that he was asleep. So as long as you don't go to sleep while the beast is near, I'm sure you shall be fine.
Sounds like he was kind of an idiot.
Well, it's easy to sleep when all your friends are amongst you and half of them are awake. The problem with one of these wolves is that that's all the time they need.
I go check the wagon just to see if the boy's in there still.
Yeah, he's in there. He's just like sitting in the barrel that. Oh no! Wait, where did you guys hide him in there? You just threw him in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's just laying there.
Yeah.
He's still
Yeah.
kind of like naked, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took his clothes
And-
off.
He's naked, blood-soaked, shaking
I'm
with
going
terror.
to get a towel and a spare set of my clothing to give him.
Okay, he's like 8 years old.
Yeah, it's gonna be super fucking baggy.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Okay. All right, so you want to just clean him up and everything, or wait? Is that a shirt frost thing usually?
Yes,
Come on.
I'd like to do it.
Oh,
I'm
that's
making
right,
dinner.
yeah, you're
He
making
can
dinner.
do it. He was the one who disordered the poor lad. He can help.
All right. So yeah, you're making dinner. Yeah,
Lyria.
Illyria. Yeah. So do you want to track him? He'll look back at Cross as well and say,
Well, if your friend is willing to help us, are you going to come, Mr. Cross?
Well,
In fact, it's your choice, of course. He's your good man. I wouldn't want to force your hand.
Mr. Cross. No, I'm sure we should determine some terms if we are going to collaborate in any way.
yes, unfortunately, as much as I would love to help your traveling group, I run a business here, and I'm in dire need of payment if services are to be performed.
But one of my friends said he noticed your flaming-haired friend go into town. Do you not have a contract for this already? We need no money from them. That's not what we desire. We have no use for gold trinkets.
Yes, me neither.
Well, part of the collaboration would be for them to indicate what they're really in it for, after all. And perhaps if there is reason, one could share all spoils, if tempting enough.
he says,
They could buy grain from us, then we don't have to bring it down.
Well,
We have
as
to
she
wait and
inquired.
make money that way.
It's a very good idea for such a bright young Gensai.
Thank you.
So he just, actually. So he was staring at you the entire time you were talking because you talked to Cross and interrupted him, and then you started talking to him, and you notice everyone's quiet as you stop talking to Braun. And he looks over, and he like kind of looks up and down Braun and back to you two. You kind of notice his demeanor change slightly when you said the word Gensai, and he says, "No, nope," and then looks back to, you're actually drawing steel?
Because he's saying something about my brother right now on the
Put
scales.
your sword away.
All right, so as soon as your
sword
hand
away.
goes to your hilt and you begin drawing your sword, you see blades of all kinds start popping out of the Vistani everywhere. The guards on top are just like, "What the hell? What's going on?"
You fire-headed idiot! Put your sword
Yeah.
away!
But within seconds, like, these guys have now surrounded you, right? And so within seconds, you just see short swords, scimitars, pilfered long swords, broken daggers. Like, they have all sorts of different weapons and equipment. Just fly instantly in their hands, seemingly out of nowhere. But they don't seem like they're pressing or anything.
Yeah, it's
They
just
just
like
they draw it as like a threat.
I don't say anything. My eyes are fixed on this guy.
Okay.
But I
he
do-
continually ignores you.
I do like walk across the clearing to Dermot, like staff up, like no,
Yeah.
idiot.
And then he
Sword
looks
away.
over at you and he says, "Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And then just just looks back to Cross.
So,
Yes,
will,
what?
will you give me a lane? Oh, yeah, he's not against that, I don't think.
Well, no, Braun never claimed to be Jensei.
You know, that doesn't matter now. You need Illyria. He is a man of his own free will. He can do it if he likes.
Ah.
If Illyria tries to go to forest alone, Braun follow.
Well, if we're to kill this beast now, we must go immediately, and it must be all of us. Now. It is already almost done its meal, I'm sure. We have minutes, if at all. We may have missed our chance already, so we all go and attack it, or we all stay here and find its den over the next several months.
Will you
If that
leave?
would do you better.
Will you leave people to watch the boy?
No, wait, the boy will come.
We almost go. My stew is nearly done. We can eat and drive. I'm sure. Quite sure.
Well, we can't really drive our wagon, so can we...
We're not driving any wagons through the woods. We need to run. Sprint now! He just starts running. Everyone, now! If they don't follow us, kill him!
Braun and
And they
his...
start running.
Whoa!
He just starts running, and they like all the Vistani around you just like slowly smile. They're just.
But they don't follow?
They're
just-
not following them. They're waiting for you.
Braun is super interested in this guy. He's kind of out of instinct, just follow him.
Okay, so a couple
running.
more
Yeah.
run. So a couple more follow after him, but there's still a large group around you guys.
I grab the boy by his collar,
Yep.
and I go, let's go.
Okay, so as you
I say
catch
to
up.
all the Vistani, what are you waiting for? And we run.
Okay, so as you guys all run, you start running, and you realize the Vistani that are following Braun are quite a bit faster than him, but they're still keeping their distance. It doesn't look like they're chasing him down or anything. So yeah, you guys run. You see that the mercenaries, though, do stay on top of the carriages. Like a couple of them are kind of scrambling down, but you're assuming they're not going to be able to catch up to you guys. Illyria, though, where are you?
I'm running.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everyone kind of like allows you to get ahead. You've kind of got the best vision other than Dermot, but you're going to be able to, like, these are all humans.
Yeah.
So running through the woods for them is pretty damn difficult, but they
Yeah.
can follow you. They're not going to be able to run through the woods and see like broken branches and footprints
But
and
if
things
I
like
jump
that.
over something, they'll probably do the same thing.
Pardon me?
Like if I jump over something, they'll jump over something. And
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I notice something, then they'll follow suit.
Yeah, they can run through the woods. They just can't track at any kind of speed. Even
Yeah.
though this thing smashes through the woods, they wouldn't even be able to notice the sign. It's too
Yeah.
dense.
As this guy's running, and gonna insight check to see if he was hiding his true stamina before. Because
Oh,
if he's
okay.
just booking it through the woods like nobody's business, maybe I can pick up on that. That was just a fool's game.
Jesus. Oh my God.
4?
Nah. Just
I noticed nothing.
You don't know. He seemed like a pretty high energy old man, so maybe he's just really healthy.
or he's about to keel over because I rolled a 4.
Oh yeah, he's gonna die before you get there for sure. Yeah. All right, so Illyria, roll your survival check.
That's 11.
11. Okay, so you're running through. Do it at an advantage though, because you have dark vision, right?
Yeah. 19.
19? Sweet. Alright, so you're running through, you almost lose the trail, and then out of the corner of your eye, you see a bunch of smashed down brush. You run through, leap over top, slide to a stop, and you see the horse corpse, mostly eaten. It's pushed up against a tree, and it like you slide through and you see the corpse slide to the ground. But whatever was just devouring it could be gone if you don't roll a perception check. Which you're never good.
1.
Oh man.
Corey, you're so
Crit fail or just like a total of 1?
No, crit fail. Yeah.
Cool, so you slide in. Oh, actually, no. You come across just the horse corpse. That's what you see.
Yeah, okay.
Damn.
shit.
So you slide in,
yeah, I
the
guess
corpse
I'll-
is
yeah.
there, and the thing is gone.
I guess I'll pull up my bow. I'm just. Okay. Stop.
The
It's
humans
gone.
just start pouring through that narrow gap that I told you about. The old man kind of just bumps into you and you stumble forward. Oh, what? What's going on? And then Vistani start jumping through, and then Braun just leaps through because you guys are all sprinting.
Yeah.
Acrobatics or athletic check as you're diving through this thing.
Oh man. There's Don't take out the old man. And that's a crit fail.
Crit fail.
Jesus.
So Braun
What
leaps
is
through,
happening?
hits two of the Vistani, who hit the old man, who fall into Illyria, and you all just stumble down to the ground. Yeah, so you guys sprawl out across, and
Oh no, that was a 7. That was a 7, not a 1.
spaghetti
It looked like a 1. You just rolled a 1. Okay, I'm not gonna roll the red dice anymore. It's hard to see.
I'm so worried.
It's just a red. I rolled red dice. Actually, it might have been a 1.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're gonna die.
Alright, so you see this massive wolf-like creature leap from out of nowhere, almost in the bushes you guys are jumping through. It's huge. The thing's almost bear size as far as like height and outer dimensions. It's about the size of a brown bear, but it's thin, extremely thin, like a wolf. It looks pretty close to one as far as you can tell. Dermid, I guess, is the only one who can really see it because you're the only one standing with dark vision. But you see it move, and it, again, a blur because you're on the wrong side of the trees, so you guys again
Passive
don't get a good-
23.
it's a line of sight thing. You just get a quick glance
Hear it?
of it. You can hear it. It bites into Braun
No.
with a nat 20.
Oh.
Yeah. And it does 9 damage.
Braun!
So anyways, this thing flies through. You hear... Well, what sound do you make when it bites you?
Con check.
Alright, so the thing grabs onto you, but it tries to... So it bites into your shoulder, and it's tearing your shoulder apart. It jumps its body over top of you, and it tries to pull you, but its jaws snap and slip off of you, and it tries to reach in to bite you again. You're both kind of like tumbling as this is happening, but he crit failed his grab on his bite, so you get you can... What do you want to do? You get a free action for it.
So it's like snapping at me.
So it bit onto you while you're on the ground. It pulled you across like probably 15 feet of this clearing, jumping through the air. The thing's incredibly strong. And then it lost you. And so now it's stopped and it's going back in to grapple you again to pull you off and devour you, you're thinking.
Yeah, I can't get away from this thing, so I will grapple back. I'm gonna, as it's trying to snap down on me again, I'm gonna try to like reach around and headlock it so its face is in the dirt and I'm holding it down so it can't get away.
Okay, sounds good. Post
Please, for the
check.
love of
Good
God.
At the sound. 20, please.
That's shit.
You can't act yet, Dermot. You should do that.
So that's 9.
Well, this is all like
That's 11.
still happening.
Is it just strength or do you get your strength
It-
save?
Just strength. Oh, strength save. No, it's
No,
just
it's
your
just a strength
yeah,
check.
I got a
So that would be a
strength
9.
save,
I'm gonna use my inspiration to get it higher.
Cool. Anybody else want to use inspiration?
Yeah, I'm using
Oh,
my
hold on,
inspiration.
hold on. Yes. Well, so it's okay. So it's 12. Are you guys happy with that?
What?
No.
Who's gonna spend inspiration then? You're gonna.
Please.
Okay.
I am too.
Well, maybe.
Oh, by the way, I'm also
So you get a 5?
bloodied. A 5, so that would be up to 17.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to use it on the
Yeah,
17?
yeah.
Okay.
I need a pencil. I need a pencil quickly. Oh, that's a big fat 6.
Nice. So
Nice.
23.
23.
Oh, good. We have these.
Just to make you guys feel nice and inspired, the natural roll I got on that was a 3.
Bastard.
makes you feel so good.
But it's the infinite yet
Yeah.
It's fine. I can
Controlled.
do it as a free action. As a
All right,
limited
so
mechanism that is
you
the
hear the
Power of
horrible
teamwork.
groan of pain emanate from beyond this shrub that you guys are all trying to pile through. So it's about like 6-7 feet thick. So you're jumping through it. Some of you are trying to tear through it. And you hear this ungodly scream of pain and the growling and vicious tearing of flesh and the growling of a wolf. And as you tear through, roll initiative.
You also hear.
Braun, show you true strength.
I got a 10.
With a bunch of inspiration.
Okay.
And I've got the big old pot of stew.
Who wants to record initiative
That's
for me?
cocked.
I can.
Inspiration point.
I've got the pot of stew.
Well, and because I know you're gonna do something awesome this turn. So who's
I'm probably last.
In combat, I'm quite squared.
Yeah, you can just
Okay, 25 to
Papa's
20.
gonna need some healing.
I probably have one.
We got 25 to 20. I had a 10.
I'm so glad I am a
No,
barbarian.
no.
I'm recording my monsters initiative
Yeah.
and my NPCs, so just say
I'll
Zach
just do players.
10.
Yeah, I'll just do players. Is it 20 to 15? No. Is it 10 to...
Oh, sorry, I got 17.
You got a 6?
14.
14?
Oh, I got 17.
I got 17,
You
sorry.
got 17.
I was looking for a pencil.
There's a couple behind you, I think.
Corey.
FYI, guys, this is our first live stream
Combat.
campaign, so we are working things out, but that's what this is all about. We're just having fun.
What did you roll, Jason?
A big fat 2.
Well, I go before you. Jason
Wow, what am I
killing
fixing?
the rolls today.
Damn.
Well, I did just get mauled, so going last kind of makes sense.
So it goes Corey,
Fair.
Dom, Zach, Liam, Jason.
Though I'm gonna say that I'm
Or
rage now, so I get
Illyria,
advantage on strength.
Dr. Cross, Euphigenia, Dermot.
Are you okay with that?
All right.
If you're for Journer.
Nope, he's not.
So, you're the first in the clearing, which makes a lot of sense. Well, you had the highest initiative, so you're knocked onto the ground.
Yeah.
You hear Bronze scream, look up, and you see a massive wolf. You have Arcana trained, right?
No.
Religion?
No.
How do you identify the creatures you hunt?
Survival?
Survival, yeah.
All right, roll a survival check. That would
Sure.
well, yeah,
Or
that
nature.
actually does make sense. Either or, actually.
Crit fail.
Oh
my God,
you're
so-
the worst ranger ever.
Alright, so you see this thing and you're like, it's a werewolf or a dire wolf or something! You know, like you have no idea.
killing my friends!
It's a large wolf creature.
You guys did roll high enough on your knowledge of werewolves that a werewolf can assume wolf form instead of hybrid form. Right? And it's not a full moon, so it's not forced into its hybrid form right now. So it could be in wolf form trying to eat Dermot. But yeah, so you see it, obviously it drags him across the clearing, teeth snap off, and then tries to dive back in at him.
Braun wraps it up. It is powerful.
Just like reverse headlock, so its head's now behind me, and I'm kind of laying on its head.
And he smashes into the ground. So you see its body, but you still can't see its head. You're pretty sure you'd be able to tell if you could see its head.
How big is the clearing?
I really hope I don't let go of
15
that
feet
head.
across. You're pretty much
Okay.
on the far side of it, but Braun's off to the side.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll use my bonus action to get up. Then I will just attack it.
What are you going to use?
My longbow.
Do you have any magic that you could throw?
Come on, let's do some inspired description, man.
Guidance or
I'll
anything.
use
Do it in the goddamn iron.
Hunter's mark.
And
No, he doesn't have spells until level 2.
11 to hit.
Oh, that's not gonna
So, no, you're going to miss.
Does he have a
So
speed?
you guys have to, I'm encouraging you guys to descriptively
Inspiration first.
Describe your
your actions.
Okay, so as I see as I see this massive fucking creature, but I can't see its head, I'll get up,
It's restrained, so get the
try to shoot it in its back.
Oh, you
'cause it's
do
in-
have advantage. He is restrained. Right
Oh, right.
You're welcome.
That's better.
I caught it. I just was wondering if you
18.
guys would.
18. I didn't know if
I
it
was
was
like, oh, you bastard.
Cheeky fucker.
I thought it was just prone. I didn't know. At least with range.
No, he's restrained.
You're grappling him.
You're grappling.
Yep.
Yeah, but with range, does it work?
I wouldn't see why not.
Because
Oh.
you're basically holding it still.
I guess. Alright.
Alright, so 18 to attack.
18, okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna notice that this thing is kind of being grappled, so I'm gonna go right kind of for its shoulder blades. 'Cause it's back to me, right?
No, its head is to you, so you can see
Okay.
kind of Braun's head and his mauled shoulder, and he's got the thing, and you're kind of shooting into it's still going to be its back.
But
Yeah,
he's kind of trying to lift it off the ground as he's pinning it to the ground, and it's jumping around. So you're just,
Okay, I'll aim for the largest part I can see, which is probably just his.
Well, his body's kind of jumping around and flailing. He's at least, he's bigger than Braun.
Well,
is in
you're a
mass.
hunter, so you probably just go for center mass, lungs, heart, the good bits.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right in its freaking
Right, I'll just
eye.
go for the good
Center
bits,
mass.
Right in his
the
good.
right in his shoulders.
Alright, so you let it fly, and your arrow does hit his shoulder blade, you can tell, and it scrapes along and sticks in, but the arrow's stuck deep.
Okay.
Well, how deep?
5 damage.
5? Alright, so the arrow sticks in, a few inches. You see red blood begin pouring from the thing. And it kind of like yelps and tries to get away. What's the next initiative order? What number?
He's at 14.
14. Right, give her.
Okay, so
So you're on the other side. You just
10.
broke through the
I'm
bushes.
assuming I'm coming up.
Illyria jumps up in front of you, kind of a thing, and fires, and no one else has gotten through yet.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of go to where I can see the creature a bit more clearly, like kind of hustle over on the other side.
From here, you can see it fairly well, but the problem is that you guys are all in dim light right now, so the only person who can see very well is Dermot and Illyria.
I'm a half elf.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that whole thing! Alright.
I mean, yeah, it's fine. But so I'm just gonna friggin' guiding bolt the heck out of it.
'Kay.
So kind of make a little wave with my staff, and the holy symbol on the end just kind of shines a bright light, and I just
Okay.
in the creature's general direction. Hope it's not a 1.
Please, I'm
Murder
almost
throw.
down.
I'll try and heal you. Oh, goddamn. It sounded
Advantage.
like
Is that an
Advantage.
advantage? Because he's restrained. He has an advantage.
Advantage that shit.
Okay. Because that was a 7. That was not better. 11.
Okay,
Before you
so
do it, can you add any inspiration dice if you have
I
any?
use mine.
I can use mine.
I've used mine.
1!
Oh, it's
I guess I'll use mine, because why not?
We really want him dead, I think.
A little bit. Oh my god.
2 1s.
That's
You roll all the high ones on the easy roll. Oh,
He's got one more. He's got one more.
So what are you at right now?
13.
13.
Right. Take
5.
A 5. 18.
Nice.
18.
go.
All
Turn
right.
off the sun.
Guiding bolt. That just
It's not an auto hit. If it is, we get a
No, it's a range attack.
so you definitely nail it in body mass. What kind of
Nice.
energy is it?
46 radiant.
Radiant. Yeah.
Oh.
Bam.
Woof.
You need 2d6s.
11. 15.
15. All right. So the light energy blasts forth from Cross's scepter. Who's the next initiative order?
It would be Mrs.
I need the number so I know when
Number
my
10.
monsters go. Number 10. Cool. So, yeah, you actually do go for it. So the blast of radiant energy lights the entire clearing. The trees cause shadows that dance in the night, distracting and delirious is everything outside of the clearing, but everything inside is perfectly clear. This massive wolf appears to be just that, a massive wolf. Some kind of dire wolf or just an incredibly large alpha. It still could be a werewolf, as they do have their wolf form. But yeah, the arrow sticks into the thing, not that well. Doesn't seem like it does a ton of damage to it. The guiding bolt, however, licks up the side of it, cutting across it, and you see blood spill forth and burnt flesh, and the hair melts around the wound, and you hear the thing let out a giant yelp, and it's its turn.
I thought it's Euphigenia's turn.
Nope.
I still haven't
No,
moved.
he hasn't done anything.
I haven't done
Oh, right, yeah.
You just saw
So,
stuff.
and
This is
then
awesome.
it starts to pull free, so it's trying to get away from Braun, and
Is
it's
there any
gonna be
way
going
that I
next.
can run over to assist him in the strength check and restrain it as well, or am I responsible for a grapple because I have a 7 strength?
You can assist him. Yeah, absolutely. You just like run up and grab onto the thing, kind of a thing.
Yeah, with his arms and just trying to keep it closed.
Okay, so Euphigenia runs up and tries to grab onto this thing.
I'm gonna give you advantage.
So it's gonna try and break free. So you guys gotta each roll and then add whoever's strength is higher. Bronze. Yeah.
So you roll it.
Who's brown?
Why? Yes, and then plus your strength modifier.
So 18.
18.
18. All right. So with incredible strength, Euphigenia leaps at this thing through the air, grabs onto it, grapples onto the thing, and then, and you're grabbing onto it. The blood's everywhere, and you immediately regret it as soon as you're there, and then you just feel weightless. Braun, the thing slips free of your arm and starts flying into the woods, yelping with, it lets out like a loud yelp, but Euphigenia is kind of like holding onto it and she's thrown free, and the thing flies into the outside of the clearing, and it appears to be trying to get away from you guys. Who's the next initiative order? What's your number?
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay, so the Vistani are bursting through, and you see a plethora of daggers, knives, hand crossbows, all sorts of stuff flurries of this guy.
I can't believe an 18 couldn't do the job. Let it slip right through your hand. You and your pitiful roll. You let an old woman beat you in a strength contest. Remind me when we need a barbarian.
Oh, fuck. Alright, so,
Braun would like to see you try one.
daggers fly into the wilderness. You hear more yelps as the thing is hit by at least 2 or 3 different of the projectiles.
The old lady and
Now
the
it's
drunk
you.
the partying.
As Dermot bursts through the trees, like both hands on his long sword, he's kind of just at this point he's enraged. His hair has gone up even further, and he's got basically just murder in his eyes. He's seen like Illyria try to shoot the thing, and he kind of looks around and he goes, "Illyria, you hit the thing next time or you die." And then I give you an inspiration point, and then I go, "Fuck it!" And I run and I produce flame and I cast it at the creature.
Roll a perception
Try
check.
to shoot it in front of it to
It's in
spook it so it
darkness.
doesn't
I have
run that way.
dark vision.
Yeah,
I
of course,
can't.
30 feet, which is not even close to its
It's
movement.
60 feet, isn't it?
Is it
I think so.
60 feet? Yeah, you can see it then. Yeah, yeah, you can make it out. It has partial concealment, but it couldn't hide. Yeah, so you can see it, but
Right.
it's partially covered.
Time to blast this son of a bitch. No, 19 plus 4 is a 20, 23.
You definitely hit him.
You fucking bastard. As I yell at it.
Just a D6. No,
Can I have a
D8.
pencil?
It's a D8.
One D5.
I just don't want to forget
That's a
how many
7.
moves
That's a
it's
7 damage. I go,
Do you use your charisma modifier at all?
no.
No.
Alright, so more flame ignites this thing, and you hear another loud yelp. And
I'm running after it too, like my
yeah.
movement.
So who's next?
It'll be Illyria.
Illyria. Oh, so it's a new round.
Oh, Braun.
Braun, yeah.
So Braun's free.
Braun is now enraged. Braun jumps to his feet and he says, "Pitiful wolf, come back!" And he bursts through the woods after the thing.
Oh, Braun is
All right.
my favorite thing. Braun is my hero.
Do an acrobatics check to try and keep up in speed with it.
Can I
So-
athletics?
This is a new round, right?
No, he's
it's
the first
Oh,
round.
he's the last one.
one.
Yeah. So you're the last person to act. So you can do an acrobatics check
Athletics?
or athletics.
Which is-
It's moving through like dense undergrowth.
I'm huge. I've barreled through the woods countless times already.
Yeah, but for it not to slow you down, you're not going to be able to smash through, right? Like,
Well, if
you
I'm
get-
following a pretty large creature already,
It's probably creating
it's probably
a path.
creating somewhat of a path already.
a bit, it's
hurling through.
extremely dexterous and fast, and this is its natural environment. It's not disturbing it as much as you are, that's for sure. Like, you have clothing to get caught and things like that, and it's running for its life from you, right?
No, you're ghibli bits.
Yeah. So yeah, make an acrobatics check. And instead of just automatically not letting you get there, I'll let you have a chance, which is all I'm really doing.
I roll like tits. It's a 3.
Alright, so the thing bursts out. You hear
I cannot roll tonight.
successes ahead of them. So you guys got out the first round. They take one round, making sure everybody gets up, they're all together, and then they pursue.
So we get essentially one round, right?
Not you or Braun, unless you want to fall one extra behind this wolf and give it a round to run.
Well, I want to use my last spell slot to give him a heal.
Roll your acrobatics, see how far you made it in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Or athletics, yeah. Oh, no, acrobatics, yeah. It's gonna be
that would
acrobatics.
be a...
It's a dex check for sure.
14.
14? What did you make, Braun?
4.
4? Yeah, he's not even close to you. He's like, you're 3 times further than he is from the clearing almost.
Yeah, because you
Like
started before me and then you rolled.
Yeah, so you'll have to
Oh, okay.
stop.
Well, if that's not a thing...
Wasn't healing words just a bonus?
No, healing word... what is it? It might be... It is a
Oh,
bonus
healing,
action.
yeah. It's a bonus action.
Well, I want to use my last spell slot to give him a heal.
Roll your acrobatics, see how far you made it in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Or athletics, yeah. Oh, no, acrobatics, yeah. It's gonna be
that would
acrobatics.
be a...
It's a dex check for sure.
14.
14? What did you make, Braun?
4.
4? Yeah, he's not even close to you. He's like, you're 3 times further than he is from the clearing almost.
Yeah, because you
Like
started before me and then you rolled.
Yeah, so you'll have to
Oh, okay.
stop.
Well, if that's not a thing...
Wasn't healing words just a bonus?
no, healing word... what is it? It might be... It is a
Oh,
bonus
healing,
action.
yeah. It's a bonus action, and it's ranged, yeah.
Mm-hmm. 60 feet.
So and
so
you
you
could
can't
totally
hit
hear
him.
me crashing behind you because I'm not being very
And
agile at all.
And that's the thing, you don't have... Well, I guess, yeah, you still have to roll to hit him, but...
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
just-
no,
it's
no.
just a-
You
I
just hit,
it's
yeah.
instantaneous. So I'll yell back to Braun, follow the light, Braun. Follow the light. And then I will heal him.
Oh, I guess you are the best one to be out there by yourself because it's not like they can't follow you if it kills you and takes you. Well, actually, if it kills you,
I mean, my light goes on. Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah. You got 8 health, my friend.
8 health.
Okay, 14.
Oh, that was... Euphigenia, I'm going to give you inspiration for that yelling because that was just hilarious.
Thank you, Dungeon Master.
Yeah, I wasn't running for the werewolf. I was running away from you, Virginia.
That's what both of you are running from. It sounds like Mom. I know, just keep running. So you guys barrel through the woods after it.
I'm not caring about this old man. I'm a monster hunter. I'm professional.
All right, so the chase begins. Everyone's got to roll. Well, you two, because you're close enough that you can both kind of see it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys lose track of this thing in the woods, it's going to be gone.
So if I can still see it and I bonus action heal him, I can still produce flame at it.
No.
Because
Well, I guess you can.
Because a
yeah.
bonus action healing word
Absolutely.
produce flame is a cantrip.
Yeah, and you're only one behind him, yeah, so
Yeah.
it doesn't have full cover or anything. Yeah, you can see him. He's
Yeah,
not, he has half cover, but...
Yeah. So I will continually try to murder this shitty wolf.
Okay.
This shit will.
Oh well, that's not gonna do well.
Okay.
That's a total of 8, which will not hit.
No. And he's got a higher AC now, so you blast at him and just barely miss him. It smashes the tree next to him as he skirts under it. This thing is like looking behind itself to track you guys. It does look completely like a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Roll an insight check when it looks at you.
3.
3.
It is most definitely a werewolf.
Right, we're getting this mother.
100%
We're getting this mother
certain that this is a
werewolf.
werewolf.
Wrong, we're brothers. This is the first time we're actually hunting a werewolf.
Okay, so what are your acrobatics checks for the... Oh, wait, so you cast... Yeah,
No, I cast a produce flame.
you're chasing me, so I gotta act first, right?
Alright, I mean, that's
So I hit an event, you hit an event. I hit an event, you hit an event. Initiative is
Okay.
no longer a thing.
and then
So
they
it's
would hit
my
it.
turn, your guys'. Well, it's my turn, you two, everyone else.
Okay.
So he makes his acrobatics check, and yeah, he appears to be deftly moving through the trees. It is a natural environment. As he dekes through, you see him leap through the air, extremely high, but he's running. He's moving pretty quick.
I guess I'll, for my turn, since I'm ahead of you, I guess, technically, I'll be running and then just going to be, as I'm trying to like traverse through this jungle environment, essentially.
Forest, forest.
Anytime I see anything, and I'll call back to Braun, just to basically shell him back inspiration points. Tree, log, fish. So you'll get an inspiration point for your
Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest, hopping fences, dodging trees, trying to get away.
That is a 15.
15?
Whatever we're doing.
Okay, so what's your passive perception?
It is not high. It is a 9.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter. You passed anyways. It was just, yeah. So you run and run and run, and you realize the reason the wolf leaps so high is because there's a drop into a stream, and it's about 15 feet, and the stream's not very deep. It looks like it's just been here forever.
Yeah.
But I mean, falling down here, it would be
That's-
difficult to
it would
climb
suck
out.
a lot.
Yeah, it'll hurt a bit, but it's more you'll be out of the chase. So the thing leaps over top deftly. You leap over as well.
Braun,
Well, you
there's
can't
water.
warn him. It's kind of semi-simultaneous. 3.
3.
What's your perception?
12.
Passive?
Sure, it's not 3.
Okay, so your passive perception
Can't
is
let
easily
it
high
pass.
enough to see the wolf leap, and then when Dermot leaps, you're just like, oh, there's something to jump there. Get there, see the clearing. You roll at advantage because you saw them
Okay.
dodge the
Also,
obstacle.
that would just be an athletics check because I'm just leaping.
Yep.
So I would get advantage anyway.
Absolutely.
Because he's right.
And that's a 19 plus 4, so 23.
23. All right, so you are like running, and as I said before, like he was probably 20 feet behind you, and you're like, oh yeah, this, that. Oh shit! Leap over the gorge, and then Braun flies past you, smashing into the trees. That kind of slow you down. He just moves through them fine and just like continues the chase. He's actually closed quite a bit of ground because I'll say you like stumbled and rolled. The wolf was also surprised by the gorge, but Braun seemed to have been completely unaffected. In fact, he's so strong that having this gorge and no trees was better for him because he could just throw his strength full force in, which he's quite a bit stronger than either of you. Well, actually, not
Twice.
Not really.
But he
I'm
leaps
pretty tough,
through,
too.
smashes through, and now Braun is actually in the lead. He's one behind this thing.
Right, and he has inspiration because I'm like, get that fucking move, Braun.
All right, now
And
you
then
guys.
the rest of the group, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't have any.
you guys are running and running and running and running and running.
Yeah.
All of you roll a d20 simultaneously.
8.
Wow.
6.
5.
Wow.
All right, so the Vistani just nimbly, because of their dancing and walking culture, they're extremely athletic and lithe. They also have fairly good diets, you'd assume, based on like the bushels of grapes and things like that you saw about their, or I guess, yeah, grapes. Would they have grapes this far north? Maybe. Oh well. Yeah. But yeah, it seemed like when they were pulling out all their food, it was all quite healthy things. So they are very athletic. However, they're not in the lead. The old man is in the lead with Cross next to him. So the two of them go and go and go, and then disappear. And the Vistani fly over top of the thing, keep running. What did you get?
Oh, not
I got
6.
6.
6? Alright, so you trip, barrel, roll off.
Is it a perception check?
Best ranger ever.
didn't see
No,
anyone jump.
athletics or
Yeah,
your
yeah,
passive
yeah.
perception, you notice
Really
it.
not.
Okay. I'll use survival to cross the stream.
So, actually, with
Cross.
22 passive, I'll give
23.
you advantage.
23 for what? Advantage to
So
cross.
you see these guys falling,
And I'm
and you
going to-
also see the gorge ahead of you, and your brain's just way faster, and you can identify the threat, size it up. You
Do
know
I
how
see a
far
log
to
or
move.
anything else that a woman of my strength
would be able to manage in a pinch, in a hasty pinch. Is there like a log I noticed that I can easily skip across, descend the hill, skip across the log, hop back up the embankment, and then resume the chase?
The embankment's too steep for that. Oh, what I'll say is, as all these guys fly over, a few of them fall, you run up to the edge and just like, you notice a rotted out tree, and the bottom of it's got a nest of some kind of bug that you immediately realize is just the leavings of termites. But the top of the tree is almost untouched. So you deviate off your path slightly, like smash into the tree, it breaks and falls over the path or the gorge, and you deftly follow the Vistani.
Goodbye, fellows.
So yeah, you two and the old man fall into the river, and
Great jump.
yeah,
did
roll
so
on dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I can do that.
I hope so,
Oh,
Mr.
no, I can't.
Oh, man.
Mr. Ranger. It's about time you found your better dice. Those dice have let us down time and time
14.
again tonight.
14. Oh, okay. So you
10.
take nothing, or you take 2.
Okay.
You made 10? Oh, okay. So you take 2 as well. The old man seems to have taken the blow quite a bit harder. He's like, the ground kind of caves in and he smashes into the far side of the gorge before falling. Instead of you guys who use the far wall to kind of slow your descent. But yeah, you can just hear them all like disappearing into the distance quickly at full sprint, and you're all just laying in this small stream. So
I see them. Can I, in any way, I can offer assistance to help them out?
you two. Ron is close enough that he could stop.
No, don't stop. Keep
No,
going.
no, yeah, you're still too behind him. You have to make a
Keep
success
going.
that they don't.
Yeah, like we're past that already. We'd be.
Yeah.
We may hear like the
Yeah,
old man
so
go
essentially
like,
the pecking order is the wolf, Braun,
Dermid.
Dermid, and then the Vistani and Surefrost.
Yeah.
So your check. If you lose track of them, man, you're gonna lose them.
I know.
Yeah, there's still a little scroll.
Unfortunate.
Ugh. Right.
The greatest monster.
7. How?
He's giving you inspiration, so you might have
Yeah.
to use it.
How clear is the path now? Is it still pretty thick, or is it?
Extremely thick woods. This whole area is extremely wild, so unless you go near the town anywhere, which this thing's not actually heading towards the town, it's heading towards the northeast, where you originally heard it was from. And the thing continually runs and runs. Oh, actually, guys. Yeah, never mind, actually.
To help you not fall in the pit, because I gave you Damn it, Larry.
Could I
I gave you an inspiration point.
potentially use athletics and a strength check to barrel through on the chance of taking damage?
Not eating it.
I'll allow you to take wounds to smash through branches and stuff like that for damage, yeah? I'll allow you to roll. You can roll whatever dice you want, but you're going to take half the damage. Or no, you're going to take double the damage and the bonus you get. So if you get like a +5 to the roll, it would be 10 damage. No, that's way too much. I'll say 1 for 1. Yeah, 1 for 1.
That's still a lot.
You also have Dermid's inspiration.
Yeah, I'm
maybe?
gonna roll that first.
There's a
Ooh,
6.
6.
13?
So that
Okay.
would be
17.
Well, no, it's 13.
it's 18. It's an 8 normally, so that
Oh,
would be
I
a
see.
14,
Okay.
which might be enough to.
Anybody else have an
Pass.
inspiration? I have one. I'll use it.
No, we're just spending those like candy.
Damn right.
Well, the way we were
It's a
rolling.
15.
15. I guess we'll keep that then.
All right. So the forest denses up, and you see the thing getting caught in some thistles. Doesn't slow it down enough, though, so it's keeping its pace decently in comparison to you. But you keep up with it, leap through, smash through all these thistles and thickets that it's moving through, and it explodes back out into the more open forest. So as you're running it now, you're probably not going to take too much damage from it. It also doesn't have as much of an advantage on you. At this distance, it doesn't even have cover against you.
But he doesn't have any ranged weapons, do you?
He also doesn't have any actions because he smashed through this
bush thingy.
So is it
That's fine.
our turn
But it's
back at the
Probably more clear for Dermot to go jump through.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point.
So can I just go, oh, damn, thank you, brother?
Yeah, you were right behind him, so roll advantage, and everybody can see Dermot.
Acrobatics?
Oh, you can do that, yeah.
I just want to basically, I see the thistles, I see shit's going on. I see my brother just kind of ran through, like, doesn't
It's
matter.
most definitely a dex check.
And then I'm like, well, I'll look for places where it doesn't seem to hit the most. So, at advantage, I guess, eh?
Yeah. Well, you can't actually see the wolf from this distance, but you can see Dermot pretty well.
Or Braun.
Or Braun, sorry, yeah.
So it's a 15.
15? Alright, so you easily leap through. Not too much trouble. Yeah, so running.
And do I see the wolf at all?
You do not.
I do see Braun, though.
Well, roll
He
perception.
leaps past him.
Oh, that's a 6.
6. Okay. Yeah, you don't see shit all. In fact, there's like, it's getting misty out. Because, like, keep in mind, it's becoming night.
Yeah.
So, mist is starting to form. And it is getting thicker.
Does he hear me, though? Because I'm yelling the entire time at this thing's back.
Oh, yeah. And these guys, even though they can't see you, and the Vistani are all keeping up, even though they can't see... Well, they can see the light, but they can't actually see Dermot. This
I'll
is far too
use
thick
my
a forest.
last bardic inspiration because he can hear me. I'm like, don't lose it, Bron. Keep screaming like a maniac.
and then you hear, like... and then just, like, reinvigorated.
Yeah. Alright, sweet. So you guys are running through the misty forest, and,
Oh, it's totally drawing me out from the rest
Alright.
of the group. It's gonna like, just like turn around and murder me.
No, you're fine. You got a healing word in you. You'll be alright.
I
Alright.
hope so.
So, yeah. You're running, and you see it jump through this mist embankment ahead of you.
Yeah, the Vistani.
Yeah, we were next to go before the wolf was to resume his chase.
But I mean, yeah, on the wolf's turn he rolled a nat 20, so unless he can make a perception check against my hide, it's going to get away from you right now. Which it's probably going to get away from you.
Yeah.
Dang.
Come on, Jason.
Maybe not, you might get high.
Crit.
14?
That's inspiration. 5? So...
19 plus your perception?
What's your perception?
21.
21? Alright, so it passes through the mist embankment, and you pass through it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, you see that, like, opens up into beautiful, almost daylight. You burst through, and you're surrounded by grayish brown. And behind you, a wall of fog is broken. In front of you is a deep valley of mountains. You're nowhere near any mountains. And you see this beautiful, stunning vista of sharp mountainscapes and light trickling in through the fog that seems to be covering even the moon or the sun. It's hard to tell. You don't need to use your dark vision now. It appears to be almost like an ambient glow of semi-daylight. But
And
you
it was
can't...
about to be night.
You were running through the darkness, and as
Yeah.
soon as you came through, you were able to see as far as the horizon, as if you just broke through the mist into the daytime. You see the wolf bounding down. Now you can see it clearly. It's badly wounded, and it isn't indeed a giant wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And as you see it bounding down this now non-forested open mountainside,
Mm-hmm.
it... because you're on the vein of a mountain, you see a massive keep, which distracts you from the thing, but you see the rest of its pack join it from the woods, and about half a dozen of them. Massive wolves, as the size of horses, right? It's way bigger than you thought it was, or maybe it wasn't that big before. You're not sure. What you do know is that it doesn't seem as badly, or it seems still badly injured. Too badly injured for a werewolf. Even Braun would know that a werewolf heals over time. And it seems as though this thing is still just, like, there are pools and globs of blood everywhere on the ground. This thing's, it's a wolf, and it's gonna die.
It just doesn't know it yet.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you see it run off. It is a little bigger than its pack mates. But yeah, they run off into the woods, and before you is a massive, spiring castle made of white and gray slate. You see the lights in a town below it, lit up as if, like, obviously it needs to be because it's fairly dim light all over the place here. Like it's just like a very shallow, dull day. But yeah, the whole sky is overcast with the same color as the mist, and sun and moon not visible, not a single star, and this village lies in the valley in front of you.
And the wolves are clearly out of my reach, like they're gone.
You could probably chase them down, but it doesn't seem as if they have a point. All of them are looking back at you. It seems like they're quite aggressive. These ones are not scared. If you keep chasing them, they're going to try and kill you.
Okay. And I'm on top of the hill?
Yeah, so as far as you know, you're on flat, forested
Yeah.
area. And then all of a sudden it's just like, just the valley drops away before you, and to your right... to your right there's a massive mountain, and off the side of the mountain it rises this keep above the
Can I
town.
perception, see if there's any bigger rocks or boulders I can roll down at this pack of animals?
Sure.
11.
11. There kind of are, and you're like, oh, yes, big rock. And then someone smashes into your back. Dermot, the mist parts, and you smash into Braun, and the two of you start rolling down the hill. Alright, so wait, who is next in the back? You two are... Alright, so you're running with the Vistani. They're all around you in the woods. And you kind of realize, like, oh, there's one of them. Oh, there's one of them. And you're trying to track them. But you're incredibly perceptive. Not, like, really, really perceptive.
Incredibly.
Like, insanely, superhumanly perceptive. I mean, you run through woods with professional hunters that have been trying to hunt and kill you. And you've been able to, plan your route so that they can't shoot arrows at you. Like, your level of perception is just on the next level. And they slowly, one by one, seem to be disappearing, and then you don't see any. Then the mist parts away, and you see the same scene, and you hear Braun grumbling and roaring as he rolls down this mountain. Dermot's screaming out in rage. And yeah, you see the same scene and just see the wolves running off. Roll an insight check. You're good at that.
I am indeed. Oh, it's 14 insight.
14? Alright, so as you look out, you see these wolves appear to they're dire wolves, absolutely. They're giant wolves. But the way they're running, it seems like they're trying to, guard against you guys hurting their alpha. It seems like they're taking a protective stance up around it, kind of a thing. The pack just seems to be protecting them and trying to get them away. But it doesn't seem as though they're aggressive to you at all. So it looks like they are actually on the run and they're just trying to protect themselves. Not something a werewolf would do. You also notice the pools of blood.
The wolf's leaving behind. Can I roll a medicine check, perchance?
Yep.
Ooh, it's 11. Just an 11.
11? Alright. So you kind of slide your fingers through the blood and feel it. It's greasy, it's smooth, and nothing happens to it. Real werewolf blood should coagulate almost instantly, but this stays liquid. You can feel it's coagulating slowly, but it's 100%. There's no chance it's a werewolf. 0. You are certain.
Who's around me? Can I say that?
Those two are rolling down the hill.
Can we do a check to stop ourselves?
You kind of, you guys aren't really in danger. You're just kind of sprawling down.
It's just role playing.
Yeah. And yeah, Euphigenia, you just kind of start following them down afterwards. So you guys catch up to them. You're easily able to track all this destruction through the woods. Like, you don't even need to roll. And you guys come forward into the valley, which apparently seems to be whatever these creatures' home is. And Mr. Cross as well. You guys pass through the mist, and it falls away from you, and you see Euphigenia walking down towards those two who have now stopped.
And she's scolding them. You can tell.
Scold away.
Well, of course.
Now, boys, look before you leap. I'm sure your mother has taught you that. Going endangering yourself, running after dire wolves and the like. These things are running away in fear. Well, you two, headstrongly, brashly, tumble down these mountains, leaving yourselves exposed once again for Mother Euphigenia to come and clean up your mess.
Liam and Braun, roll wisdom saves. Oh no, it's going to be charisma saves.
Then a 16.
16?
Yeah, it's a 17.
Roll an insight check.
16.
And what did
Now
you
you
get?
roll well.
I got a 16.
You can.
So you notice when you say, wait, what did you say? Oh yeah,
Thinking mother.
when you say mother, Braun just like flashed, like he's like kind of joke play fighting, and then he like snaps to seriousness instantaneously.
And then I would immediately go, not for...
Well, like you don't even notice it. Really, it's just like he just snaps up at Euphigenia. It's like he's yelling at him. It's yeah. But I mean, you could do an insight check if Euphigenia wants to do a check of some kind to not notice that she noticed.
Perception check, maybe.
Sleight of hand.
Investigation.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to see why he looked at me the way he did.
Like what word set it off?
No, you already did that. That was your insight
Yeah.
check. What are you trying to do right now?
What I'm trying to do now is think, why would he act so hurt after me mentioning his mother?
You already had that insight
Okay,
check. Yeah.
so to see like how his body looks, how he reacts to it.
I'm going to...
You can't use insight twice.
No perception.
Perception.
Yeah, just to notice his body as he hears it.
All right, make a perception check. I'm gonna humor this to the end of it.
19.
19. Yeah, he goes rigid,
Goes
and
rigid.
you assume that it was the word mother that made him go rigid. Do an insight check.
Beforehand, I don't even want to touch him. I wanted to just send him with my cantrip message. I'd be like, she didn't mean it wrong.
Okay.
And he can send a message back to me, I think.
So you have, does message have somatic or verbal components?
It's basically I just point.
Okay, so you just get up.
Hey man,
Pretty much. Yeah.
calm down.
Yo, chill.
You see him?
Braun.
Yeah.
Braun gets up. Braun looks at Euphigenia. Braun charge through woods after beast. Braun try. Braun almost getch. Euphigenia what? Gets thrown by wolf.
And he storms off.
Oh, now you've done it. You pissed him off. You should feel upset.
Maybe Euphigenia, and as he's going,
I
maybe
just threw
Euphigenia
it
should
down.
stop trying to be mother.
Under control.
And yeah, is walking towards.
Such a foolish boy.
Where's
After I helped him
Is he just
nearly
walking
the last
away?
time.
They're like below
Secure
you,
the
like
beast.
50 or 60
All
feet
my
down this
inspiration.
really steep
All
hill.
my tireless travailings, work, slaving,
I guess I'm with
protecting,
you.
Yeah.
You just
guiding.
want to go down.
You
want
two of you
the
kind of
beast
just
dead
come
so you
across
can get
this
the money.
scene. And they're having like a
Maybe the reason,
mother,
maybe not.
son's argument kind of a thing.
You're not our fucking mothers.
So yeah, we're gonna make our way
Yeah.
down the hill. I guess we're a lot smarter
More
than them,
carefully?
so yeah,
Yeah.
we won't fall.
Right, you weren't on the trail of a werewolf, and then I'm sorry, you look
Well.
awfully wet. What happened to you?
Doesn't look like a werewolf at all, silly boy.
It's large and it's wolf-like.
It's called a dire wolf.
All right, I think that's a good spot for a break, is it
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
What
I
time
think
is it?
so.
It's like 9:30.
9:15, 9:20. Oh, it's exactly 9:30.
Oh, yeah, this is a good place to probably wrap it up, actually.
Well, we can break and
We've only been playing for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I want
Let's
to
go
keep
to-
going.
let's
Let's
go
do
to
a break
10:30.
and do
Let's go to
10:30, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go as
10:30?
late as you guys want to go.
I could do 10:30.
I could do
Another hour.
10.
I can justify
Oh,
being
good.
tired
So
as long as
10
other
minutes
people are tired.
10
I'll be
minutes
tired tomorrow
ever.
anyway.
10 minutes.
I slept for 2.5 hours last night. I'll probably sleep for 2.5 hours tonight.
Only 2.5 hours. What's wrong with you?
I don't take Dexedrine at night to control my frontal lobe, and I have ADHD, so
So we'll
my
be
mind
back.
goes